Hi, I'm tbartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas, your source for Ford news, update, and information, including your Bronco information as we cover the 2026 Ford Bronco. The order banks are open up. You can place an order with your local dealer or with us if you'd like. And in this video, we're going to cover all the standard equipment plus the different features that are included in those different packages and how you can get them and those little side notes that people don't always tell you, as well as the standalone options in this video. Feel free to move around, use the timestamps. And if you like videos like this, check out our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we have another video uploaded to our YouTube channel. So also kind of going through this, we do, I mentioned ordering with us. So we are doing invoice pricing. So if you want to order a vehicle, Bronco from us, we have plenty of allocations. A lot of times we are needing to put stock allocations in or stock orders in because we don't have enough retail orders. So we don't have an issue getting people scheduled to have put in a retail order with us. We'll get the allocations, invoice pricing as well. And if you finance with us, we'll take $1,000 off of that. And as a bonus, on top of all that, we want to make sure you get to Bronco Off-Roadeo. So when you purchase a Bronco, you get a complimentary registration to Bronco Off-Roadeo, 5 different locations for the Bronco, including, I actually have a hat here for the Las Vegas location. Actually, this is the Texas location I have. And so you can go to one of those locations. There is a deposit you have to pay, but outside of that, for the first person, it is complimentary, and then the other person you'll have to pay for them. But we want to pay for that, the expense to get there, because we know that can be expensive. So we're going to want to pay for your flights, hotel, your gas if you're driving there, and usually $1,000 can cover for you to be able to get there. And even for 2 people, we've had a lot of people give us receipts back, and I've noticed in a lot of them we've been receiving, most of them have been covered with that $1,000. So that is something we're going to do for you as well when you buy a Bronco or a Bronco Sport. Buy or lease, either way. Anyway, so let's jump in here and cover and talk about Ford's build and price. They do actually have it on the website. All the other models, usually they're waiting until production starts, which for the Bronco, production will start like the first week of January, I think. So that's kind of when the timeline is for that. Scheduling of those production dates will probably happen in about 3 to 4 weeks. So we want to get those orders in, have a little bit of time so you can take a little time of researching. But here's how you would find the 26 order guide or build and price. 25 is right there. So if you use this, you'd be looking at 25, not 26. Hit the 2026 Bronco and you'll see build and price. You got a couple of different places you can click in there, and you'll know you're on the 26 if you see this right here. And so we're going to build our own right there. And we've already done a video on the base and the Big Bend. You can check those out on our YouTube channel. I've created a playlist for all these in one place, including the changes from 25 to 26, so you know what's different. Outer Banks looks like starting at 48,090 plus your destination charge right there. So we're going to jump in here and we're going to actually switch over. We're going to choose Desert Sand for this. I like the look of that, and that way you can see what that grill is going to look like and everything else right there. So we're going to cover the powertrain options first and what's included. Of course, these are all going to be standard and 4x4 for you. And the standard motor, that means that basically the motor you get at that starting price, which it looks like it's going to be like 50,005 right there, is going to be the 2.3 liter 4-cylinder EcoBoost engine with the 10-speed automatic transmission. We'll get the auto start stop technology. Means you come to stoplight, stop sign, press that brake. It's going to shut the vehicle off. Let go of the brake, turns it back on. Just press that little A with the circle around it on the dash there, right below your screen, and that'll shut that off for that engine cycle. And this will come with the mentioned 4x4 with the part-time selectable engagement. So that means you got your 4 high, 4 low. So you can just select those right there. Or you can use the GOAT modes, terrain management system with the go over any type terrain modes. You have a normal mode, an eco, a sport, a slippery, and a sand mode. And it will have the Haas 1.0 suspension. So the reason they want us to use that Haas 1.0, they want you to know this is off-road capable. This suspension, you can go and you can take it off-road. I can tell you, I had a Haas 1.0 on my Bronco Big Bend for about the first year and a half and had no issues off-roading with that whatsoever with that suspension. It is very capable. Front stabilizer bar as well. You have hill start assist, which means it'll help start you if you're on a hill. You won't drift back. It'll kind of hold that as you transition from the brake to the gas. Transmission oil cooler as well to help that engine function really well. Electric parking brake. You have electric power assist steering as well. So electronically controlled instead of gas controlled makes it a little bit easier, even if you're idle, for you to turn that steering wheel, right? And then electronic traction control as well for you there too. Now, we'll get to optional equipment, but the 2.7 liter EcoBoost V6 engine is a $3,000 upgrade. So when we talk about standard equipment, that's why we have said that is an optional equipment to add the V6 there. Now let's talk about some safety features, and I believe these are not quite all the same as they were in the other video on the Big Ben. Because this one does have the mid package of standard equipment. So this one will have the lane keeping. But if you watch that one, you probably could watch this if you know a little bit about the lane keeping. So let's jump in if you have it. And this is the only one you plan to watch. The airbags, the driver and passenger dual stage front airbag deploys a different size airbag, depends on how close you are to the front of the vehicle. The front row driver and front passenger side impact airbag. So it's going to deploy from the side of the seat if you have that collision where they come and T-bone you. All rows will have a safety canopy side curtain airbag with a rollover sensor. That's going to protect you, give it kind of a pillow around it. Won't be a pillow, but it'll help from glass and sheet metal coming in and hurting you. So that'll help with that as well. Advanced track with roll stability control. Fancy words, basically, but I like to say it's this simple. It's trying to keep you on your intended path. So if you go into that curve too fast, slick out, it's going to use a series of brakes within milliseconds when it needs to, with the reaction of your steering wheel to know where you want to go and try to keep you going where you need to go. Pre-collision assist with automatic emergency braking. That will have that forward collision warning. So if you're going along and the vehicle in front of you is maybe stopped or going much slower than you, and you would hit them at your current speed, it's going to activate and let you know that. It's going to light up the screen. It's going to also use those tones to alert you that, hey, that person, you're going to hit them. Also, dynamic brake support preloads those brakes for you so you can brake even faster when you're ready to hit that brake. And then pedestrian detection is going to detect any pedestrians under a certain speed. So if you're in those parking lots, you're going under about 15 and 19 miles an hour, it's going to detect pedestrians just like it's a vehicle. So there you go. Post-collision braking, just like it sounds, it's going to brake the vehicle post-collision. Sometimes people get an accident, they get frazzled, right? They forget to put it in park, whatever it might be, or maybe they never hit the brake, so it's going to brake that vehicle once they have that collision to stop quicker and have, less severity of that accident. Won't be. Anyway, perimeter alarm. So that's going to lock when you lock that vehicle up. It's going to give you a perimeter alarm. So if someone tries to shake the vehicle, raise it up or lower it, it's going to honk the horns, flash the lights. Also, if somebody tries to break the glass and they get movement inside, it'll do the same thing. So, and then lane keeping system has a lane keeping alert, the aid system, or the driver alert. So, or I should say. So driver alert, you can have this activated. It'll alert you if you take your hands off the steering wheel too often, which is why I deactivate mine. And then there is a lane keeping aid system and alert. So the alert system is going to do is it'll allow you to leave your lane. It won't try to stop you from leaving your lane, but it will vibrate the steering wheel when you've crossed over that line. Now the aid system will try to see that line and try to keep you within those lines. Now this is an assistance feature. So this is not autonomous driving by any means. So you need to be aware of that. All right, now let's get into the exterior of this Bronco here for you. For the grill, we have black molded in color grill with the white Bronco letters right there. So they are saying it's going to be the same grill as last year. They did change the wording from black painted to black molded in color, but they're saying it is going to be similar. So it might be maybe not as a gloss paint, but more of a matte finish to it. So I'm not sure there. We do bumpers. We do have a black molded in color. So it is the black bumpers for you up there. You will have the active grille shutters, so open and close when it needs to. 2 front tow hooks up here. I might need that off-road, right? Configurable daytime running lights, so you can configure those to be on during the daytime. I have mine set that way. You have LED headlights with the LED signature lighting. So that's going to be the round light around your headlight right there. And then we do also have the LED fog lights, standard equipment too. So like we mentioned here, mid-package is standard equipment, so they'll be thrown in along through this. So on the Big Bend, that's a standalone, that is a package you add, whereas on the Outer Banks, all that equipment is included in this. So we do have that LED fog lights as part of that. The auto high beams, so come on when it gets dark, and then when somebody approaches you, automatically turn those off for you, and then turn them back on when it's safe again. So that way you don't have to keep worrying about turning those high beams on and off. It's going to do it for you. That is something you can activate or deactivate. So by the way, the fender tie down hooks. So we do have those right up here. So you can use that for guidelines, right, to go up, also as sights to kind of see where you're at on the trail or in parking lots. Acoustic windshield. It's two pieces of glass with plastic in between to help try to adhere that when there's an accident, but also could create a little bit quieter wind noise when you're on the highway and such. The wheels, 18-inch bright machine black high gloss painted aluminum wheel. Same wheel as last year. The tire is a P255/70 R18 all-terrain 32-inch tire. Full-size spare that'll match all the others for you there. An individual tire pressure and monitoring system as well for that. Four-wheel disc brakes with analog braking system as well for you there too. Fender flares are going to be body colored. So you have that right here. You're going to have that Outer Banks badge on the fender as well on both sides. Your mirrors, you're going to see, are going to be body colored mirror cap. You'll have power and heated glass here, manual fold, and it does have the a bliss mirror in there as well for you, that blind spot information system. So if there's someone in your blind spot, it's going to put a light in the corner of the mirror and let you know it's not safe to go in that lane at that time. And then cross traffic alert, as you're backing up, someone's going to cross your path, it'll alert you as well. It's using those same sensors to let you know there's somebody back there. It'll actually flash on your dash, series of tones, and even tell you on your screen which direction they're coming from. So there you go. The door handles are no longer body colored for this year. They're going to be the molded in black door handles for this year. We do have the intelligent access with lock, unlock. So that means those front doors there, you just have that key fob in your pocket, put your hands in a door handle, it'll unlock it, allow you to get in, and push button start, so you don't have to get the key out to start it either. And also, if you're opening up the back lift gate, there's going to be intelligent access on the lift gate back there too. A remote keyless entry, so you can unlock, lock it, remote start as well on the key fob. So if you're close enough proximity there, you do get the running boards are going to be standard equipment. So they are a little different than they were in 24. We noticed that when we did some videos for 25. So it says they are powder coated. And we do have the Easy Fuel capless filler door. So no cap to worry about, lean behind, getting your hands dirty. Just open that up. Go ahead and fill it up when you're done, just to replace that nozzle and shut the door. No cap to worry about, leave behind, getting your hands dirty, anything like that. Now, standard equipment on this is the cloth top, like you're seeing here. So it's a black cloth with the wiring for the defrost and washer. So that's back there if you wanted to add the hard top later. You have that already there. Privacy glass in these rear windows, and you'll see darker glass on these the back window and the quarter windows back there. LED tail lights back here, which are much brighter. We do have the Ford emblem badge back here as well, and on the other side, you're going to see that pony right over there. Molded in black rear bumper, just like the front bumper up as well. Center high mounted stoplight that kind of is viewable above your tire, your spare tire that's on the back. Rear view camera with the backup assist grid lines as well. And you do get the reverse sensing system as you back up that'll alert you as you get close to things. Again, that's part of that mid package features there. We do have one tow hook in the back over here, right underneath where your tag would go. And we do get the trailer tow prep package with the trailer sway control. And basically that means the wiring will be kind of a run from the front to the back already. So if you want to add the hitch, it's kind of already back there. It makes it a lot easier to add that wiring if you want to do that yourself later. But there's an option for a tow package that we can get to here in just a second. Now let's move to the inside. All right, moving to the interior here. Now we'll get to the colors that are available on the interior in just a little bit. But first, let's talk about the features. Carpeted flooring, front and rear in the vehicle. We do have carpeted floor mats. I believe it's just the front ones. Last year, I think it was front and rear. This year, it's just front floor mats. The lighting, illuminated entry system with the courtesy lamp delay, which means it'll turn them on, and then as you get in, it'll eventually shut them off. Now, we don't really have any overhead lights over in here. We do have the ones up here, and I believe there's one back in here and one in the cargo area. Back there, overhead console with the map lights, as I just mentioned. The premium ambient footwell lighting as well, to light up those footwells there, as well as, I don't know if there lights them up in the back or not, because I'm not back there. I don't know. Grab handles, front for driver and front passenger. They are talking about these over here. grab handles. There are grab handles there on the B pillar for those in the rear. Now, there is some talk of, and I've seen it already, of the A pillar grab handle. And I'm letting everybody know in these videos that they are trying to see if that will be, they're trying to make sure that'll be available for the launch of production in January, but they're unsure whether or not it's going to be ready, which is why they have not mentioned it on any of the order guides. So I guess we'll see as we get closer. Keep posted to our Built Wild Wednesday videos, because once I get some information on that, I will let you guys know if that will be in our job 1 production or if it'll be delayed to job 2. So just so you're aware of that right there, because that's something that a lot of people are assuming it's going to have, and there's no actually confirmation that they will have it ready for job 1 production. The seats are going to be a leather trimmed vinyl seats. Does say roast with the black onyx. So that looks completely like black onyx. We'll get into interior colors in a second. The 10-way power driver seat, 8-way power passenger seat. So 10-way usually means forward and back, up and down as well, and power recline for you, and power lumbar typically. And then an 8-way would typically be forward and back, up and down, and power recline. And then usually 10-way will be usually the back cushion as well as the front cushion. So I believe 8-way, it's just the seat going up. We do have heated seats up there in the front as well for the driver and front passenger. Second row will be a 60-40 split bench seat. That armrest can fold down with cup holders back there, which is your only cup holders you'll have in the back. 2 cup holders here in the front, as well as if you want to try to put them in the netting and the doors, which we typically do. You have a power outlet behind the back seat of the center console. Back there, so you'll have one of those, as well as some USB ports too. Latch system that's at lower anchors and tethers for children, so you can harness those front or rear facing car seats in those 2 outbound seats. And for your windows, I like to go to this view for that. We do have power windows, one touch up and down feature for all 4 of the windows. It's going to be on the front of the console. You can't really see it in this image because it's down under here. You'll have that. Also power door locks. Also, there are switches on the back of the console for the back windows too, and these are all standard automatic, so they're also going to have the HVACs on the back of those seats too, on the back of that console. Power door locks, auto lock and auto unlock, which means when you start going, it'll lock them, and then when you get out, start to open the door, it'll unlock them if you have that set for all doors. Child safety rear lock, that'll you can lock those rear doors so that they can't open those when you have the vehicle unlocked and getting out. That allows you to open the door for those young toddlers that don't know when is the right time to open the doors, right? We do have for the steering column a manual tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Pull that lever underneath. It'll go up and down, forward and back to get it just where you want to, and then just lock it back into place manually. Leather wrapped steering wheel as well, that is also heated. So heated in leather steering wheel, standard equipment on these. The productivity screen is like I like to call it. They're calling it a cluster anymore, digital cluster. It is a 12-inch color digital cluster. So that will change colors based on different drive modes that you're in, which is real nice to know what drive mode you are in. Cruise control on the steering wheel on the left side over here. And it will have the push button start as well back there. And then for the climate, it is a dual zone climate control. So the driver and front passenger have 2 different temperatures there. And it does have, as I mentioned, the HVAC in the back. I knew I mentioned it. I had it listed on here somewhere. AM FM stereo with 7 speakers, including a subwoofer. SiriusXM with a 360L. You get that for 3 months as a trial. And then after that, you would have to subscribe up with Sirius. Or you can get a long-term subscription through Ford. We'll talk about that when we get to optional equipment. Sync 4 system with the 12-inch touchscreen here with the information on demand, 911 assist, wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, digital owner's manual, and conversational voice command recognition. So what that means is you can set it up in your settings just to have some wake-up words like OK Ford. You can say OK Ford Pass and different things. There's like 3 or 4 different options for you. And then you don't have to press the button for it to start listening. So if you want to change the navigation and different things like that, you can do that by having those voice commands. We do have auto dimming rearview mirror, so no little lever to worry about. It's going to automatically dim it for nighttime so the cars don't come out behind you with those bright lights. We do have an overhead console with the sunglass bin, and that's where you can see the right up here where you see your lights and a sunglass bin up there. So, and then we do have on the visors, you'll see those can flip down and they can be removed and moved to the side. And then they have slide and illuminated vanity mirrors on the back side of both the driver and front passenger visors there. The glove box is lockable down here as well, and you do have a toolkit. We usually put that in the glove box. That's to help you remove the doors, and if you have a hard top as well. So for those different bolts for that. Smart charging, USB ports as well down here. There's a couple down in that cargo area. I'm not sure why there's a grab handle. That will not have the grab handle on the interior. Not sure. That image is totally wrong there. We do have leather gear shift knob right here, so you'll have that. And we also do have this console this locks for you, and two cup holders up front. And we have a PowerPoint behind the console and in the cargo area as well. Oh, wait, in the console, I should say, in the cargo area. And then we do have the Ford connectivity package. So that is unlimited Wi-Fi hotspots, audio video streaming. Does have the entertainment, voice assistant, and the connected navigation. So you get that 1 year included. And then after that, you'll need to either go through connected services to sign up, or I'll tell you how you can do a one-time purchase when you order your vehicle. And then lastly, the Ford app. That is where you can download the app, connect your vehicle in, remote start the vehicle from anywhere, unlock and lock it, schedule remote start times, locate your parked vehicle, check the fuel that you have and the tire pressure all throughout that. All right, now let's talk about colors for a second. For the interior, I usually forget the interior, so we're going to do it first. I don't forget. We do have two different options for you. You do have black onyx, leather trimmed vinyl seats, which we talked about. And you also do have the smoked truffle as well. So smoked truffle with the black onyx. I think I pulled over notes from like 24 model year on that with the roast. Doesn't have the roast interior anymore. So it's a smoked truffle, which looks really good as well. You can see what the dash looks like as a difference between those two. So you'll see that right there. So pretty good little there. All the colors that are available on the Outer Banks are available with both interior. So the interior has nothing to do with what options. Now, this in here we'll talk to you about in just a second because that is part of the 60th anniversary edition. But let's go on up here to the paint colors. If I can get there. Come on. All right. So for paint colors up here, let's first go out and talk about ones that are free for you, no cost to those, and that is a shadow black. Shadow black is no cost for that color for you. We also do have Oxford white too. And I believe those are the only two colors that are free. So white or black, if you want that. And like for what they used to say, carb gray as well. So carb gray, I was thinking carb gray was as well. So actually, that's saying avalanche. Carb gray is not available on the Outer Banks. Sorry about that. So white or black. So like Henry Ford used to say, you can get any color as long as it's black or white for free. But let's talk about some other colors. Well, I did highlight the avalanche color right there. So that's a new color for this year, $395 for that color if you'd like that. Some colors that have returned, we actually been looking at this desert sand. So that's $395 for that color as well. For you, we also do have marsh gray, which is new last year, so can continue it again for this year. $395 for that. That's like a lighter brown color. So it's kind of in that scheme right there. And what else we got? We also have the ruby red as well. So ruby red tinted clear coat as well that's available, and that is going to be $495 for that color there. And then the last one that it's actually showing here is not available unless you go to the 60th anniversary. We'll get to that package in just a little bit. I want to cover another package first, actually a couple packages. So we'll kind of wait for that. But Wimbledon White will be available for your 60th anniversary edition right there. So there you go. In fact, yeah, we'll talk about colors on that when we get to it in just a second here for you. So, all right. Now let's get into some different packages, right? That's the fun part. So for packages, we want to first talk about this Lux package. It is the 314A equipment group, 2825 for that package there. And this is where you're getting the 360-degree camera and some things like that. So open this up. And I'm going to use my notes. Actually, let's go ahead and select it so you can see what differences it might look like. I think on the outside pretty much looks the same. But there you go. All right. So there you go. This is going to get you to the 360-degree camera. So it's a camera on the front, under each of the mirrors, and of course the one in the back you already get, so you can see completely around you. Also, when you put it in one of those off-road drive modes, it's going to also give you that trail camera, which is why I'd like it and why it's like just for that almost. Adaptive cruise control is why a lot of people choose this package, and that allows you to have that adaptive cruise with the stop and go. I don't know if it includes in the lane centering or not because it's not mentioned in here, but that's gonna if someone's going slower than you, it'll slow you down to go their speed without you having to adjust your cruise control, which is nice. A lot of people like that. And then you got the B&O audio sound system by Bang& Olufsen. So you go from 7 speakers to 12 speakers, including that subwoofer again. So that you'll have that. Evasive steering assist. A lot of vehicles, they've removed evasive steering assist, evidently not in the Bronco. So if you have this activated, this is something that a lot of people aren't activating. But if you do the evasive steering assist and activate, you're not able to stop in time to stop to hit the vehicle, but there's no one in the other lane and you want to like avoid them, you can evade them, right? Evasive. It'll assist in that steering to go around them. So we do have front parking sensors. So now we have front and rear parking sensors. So pretty much in the sense a perimeter sensing system for you there. We do have the information on demand panel. So I guess you get the 12-inch touchscreen, does not have the information on demand until you go to this package where you can slide that over. That's what information on demand means. You might have the navigation on the main screen, but then over here maybe your radio, and you just want to swap it over and then change your station or whatever. Then you can switch those back and forth to what's on the screen easily and quickly. We do also have the side view mirrors. We'll have the LED approach lamps. Now, here's a mistake they have on the order guide, which is this is 26. They pulled over 25 information because there's 2 things on here that are not included for this year. They have removed them, and that is the LED spotlight is not available. Is not a part of it this year, and the universal garage door openers. So that is something they need to correct on their website. I might make note of that and email that to the brand manager. So yeah, it's missing those things. Those are not part of it for this year. They've been removed for this year. It even was on the major pages change, and they still didn't catch it. Anyway, so that's that. So there you go. That's that package. We'll just leave that package on. Again, it doesn't change a lot of the look of the vehicle. The mirrors will be different because of the 360 camera. The grille will be a little different as well. But for the most part, it's a lot of interior features that are included with that. Now let's talk about the Sasquatch package. And the reason I want to bring this up is so that we can then talk about that 60th anniversary that I'm excited to talk about. So 64, 65 for the Sasquatch package. We're going to click on that so you can see what it looks like and see if the wheel is right. Maybe it's right on that picture. Sasquatch package gives you the advanced 4-wheel drive system. That's that automatic on demand. So that's the 4 auto that people like. You'll have that. Also, you're getting the 4.7 final drive ratio in here. Let's actually see if you click on this. See, that wheel is not correct right there. We'll talk about that in a second. We'll get to that. 4.7 final drive ratio with electronic locking front and rear axles. So the only way to get any kind of locking axle is with this package. So you can't get just as a standalone option. You don't have the rear locker. I'm fighting for that one for you, for people that want that without having to pay, $6,000 for this package. But there you go. But you get the front locker too, which is a nice benefit there. You're getting a 17-inch matte black alloy wheel. So the wheel will look like this, same design, but it'll be a matte black finish instead of a high gloss carbonized gray finish. So that is a change for this year. So make note of that. The image is not right. But I think on the picture that might be right. High clearance suspension. You're getting that Haas 2.0 suspension with the position sensitive Bilstein shock absorbers that go along with that. And you get the high clearance fender flares because you're getting the bigger tires. So like that says down here, it'll include the 35-inch LT 315/70 R17 rugged terrain. Those RT tires are going to also be included with this too. And then also it does say here, when you go to the Sasquatch package is when you get that interior grab handle that we saw earlier. That's not standard equipment. It is actually part of this package that you're going to get as well. It actually mentions it right here. So you'll have that on that console. So that is something they're doing there. So there you go, Sasquatch package. And I can't really tell in this images if they're showing the black one or not. It's kind of hard because it's just a dark color, but there you go. So it will be a matte black wheel. Looks like it right. Looks like it's right there. Okay. But you need this package, required to get this package if you want the 60th anniversary package. So $49.95 is what that costs after you add the Sasquatch package. It is going to be, of course, over $10,000. What, $11,000 if you want. Actually, what did it say? 14. Because I think it requires, shouldn't require the 2.7. Because earlier when I clicked on it, it said it was going to be $14,000, which doesn't make sense. Oh, I think you also have to have the Lux package. So that's why that cost is. Need the Lux package and also requires that as well. So let me actually go to the 60th anniversary page and let me grab my glasses to cover this. So we do have the painted door handles. So the only way to get the painted door handles is with this package. Let's go ahead and select it. This is available in 2 different colors. You have the ruby red tinted clear coat or the Wimbledon white paint color. So we're going to actually say yes. Also changes the interior as well. We'll get to that in a second. But there you go. The top is going to be that Wimbledon white top, regardless if you go with the Wimbledon white color or the ruby red, just so you're aware of that right there. Body color door handles, as we mentioned. The grill, I do really like this grill. I did get a chance to see it. They didn't change the grill. Okay, that's not the grill. Let me try to find it. There you go. That's the grill. So one of the images isn't right. So that's what the grill looks like. So it is a warm alloy grill with the two-tone Bronco lettering. Looks like with the red, and there's some other two-tone to those letters. So it looks really sharp in person. I really liked it. We do get the hardtop sound deadening headliner along with the body colored, or not the body colored, the Wimbledon white top right here. So that's really nice that you're getting that headliner. And the mirrors does say they're going to go from the body colored to black mirror caps right here. So that's unusual. So there you go. You're going to get that as well. All the other features will go along with that. You'll still get the other features, I'd assume. Now, also, you'll notice that seat cover. Well, let's talk about the bumpers. You do get a steel front bumper. So those will basically be the same bumpers you get on a Badlands edition. So it'll still have the fog lights up there and everything. So you'll have that front and rear, looks like. Actually, it's just saying front bumper. So it'd be kind of weird to have the steel front bumper, not the back bumper. I guess I didn't notice that when I did the video on this. But we do get this tire cover, which is really nice. So it's kind of a hard casing, kind of a hard plastic on here on the back with the Bronco lettering on the back. And then that around there, of course, is soft, so you can slip it over, right? So that's real nice. 35-inch spare tire cover that looks really sharp on the vehicle. And then also on the inside, let's go to the inside. Did I mention the wheels? The wheels aren't mentioned in here. Let's talk about that first. 17-inch gravity gray painted alloy wheel. It does say when Sasquatch Package is selected. And then right below that says requires Sasquatch Package. So why not just say it's included? I don't know. The tires are the same tire you're getting all the others. Doesn't mention the tire in here, but it should be the LT 315. What is that? 70R 17 rugged terrain tires. It should come with that. Same tires you get on the Sasquatch package, probably why they didn't mention it. On the inside, you're going to get that Alpine interior for you as well right here. So that's kind of what that's going to look like. The dash red on there. So it looks real sharp on the vehicle. And I might have to give you some of the images that I gathered when I was there because it looked really sharp in there. And it's a leather. Those are leather seats as well with the Alpine leather inserts right there. So it looks real sharp on the vehicle. Also, again, available only the ruby red and the Wimbledon white, and not available with the black appearance package, of course, or any other 35-inch spare tire covers. So there you go. It does require that Lux package and Sasquatch package. So there you go. All right. Let's click that off and move on. We did talk about the black appearance package. So let's go back to that and talk about this. Black appearance package is $1,450 when you have the Sasquatch package. It is not that much if we remove the Sasquatch. So let's try to remove it and show you the price on that. There it is, $600 to add the black appearance package without Sasquatch. So you'll see that one right there. And this package here will get you the black door handles, which we already get. Also, the fender flares will go to black. So basically, it'll kind of be downgraded to the molded in black there for that. Also, your grill is a black painted molded in with that. So it's, I believe it's a different grill design. I believe it's going to be the grill. It's hard to see the grill in that image. There for us. There you go. So, all right, you're going to have that. And your side view mirrors are going to be the molded in black as well for you there too. You will get the black appearance graphic package, it says. And I can't tell. I think there's something on the hood. And there looks like there might be a faint graphic going across the top right there as well. So you'll have that on there. And you're going to get a 17-inch black high gloss painted steel wheel. It'll be a LT 265/70 R17 all-terrain 32-inch tire that comes along with that. Now, if you do add this package, that's why it's $1,400 with the Sasquatch package, you will get the black beadlock wheels with the black beadlock rim around it. Basically, I like to say that was the old Wild Track wheel that they used. So that's where they're getting that from right there. So that's how that'll look. It does say in here, fender flares, black molded in color, are replaced when Sasquatch is selected because it'll have the whiter fender flares, right? So either way, they're going to be that molded in black fender flares, it looks like right there. So there you go. That's a black appearance package and doesn't require the black painted roof necessarily, but we'll get to that in a second. But so it's available with the cloth top if you'd like that black appearance package. So we're going to unselect that and unselect Sasquatch for a second. There we go. All right, and let's talk about this tow package. Trailer tow package is $750. That's going to give you the hitch. I think it actually shows you. You get the hitch there and you get the wiring. The 4-pin and 7-pin wiring is included as well. So that tow package is available there. So let's see what other packages we have. We covered all those. Now, there is a couple others. There is a FITS Ford Integrated Tether System accessory package that is available through Ford Accessories as well. I actually purchased this for my 21 Bronco and put it on. This package here is really nice. It gives you a base plate. So if you, whether you have Sasquatch or not, it gives you this base plate. They'll replace it with what's there with that. And then you have 3 different things you can put in there. You have a little cup holder. It's a big cup holder, actually. Will fit those big ones. Also, you get a small and a large bin to be able to put things in. And I think that's the small bin you're seeing right there that you can put like your phone in, small things like that in that holder. I like things on the side because I feel like that the media bin area is really small and they've changed how it looks now. So you can put a phone in there now if you want, but I like the little bins. We have one on the left side as well. That's an aftermarket one. So those come in real handy. And that's a pretty cool little system. Also, you can get, let's talk about the Ford connectivity package. Again, you get 1 year included with this. After that, you can go through connected services when it expires and get a yearly subscription of that if you want. Or if you know you're going to keep this for a little while, you can do the Ford connectivity package one-time purchase. It says 7 years, $745 for that. And so then that way you don't have to worry about subbing that up. And then you'll get all the stuff, the navigation, the unlimited Wi-Fi hotspots, audio, video streaming, and all that stuff with that right there. And then also there is the SiriusXM. So speaking of services, again, that expires after 3 months. You can go through SiriusXM, or when you order your vehicle, you can order the SiriusXM with the 360L 3-year plan. $300, that's less than $100 a year. That's a pretty good deal when you kind of figure out what Sirius will charge you for that. Even if you do get like a good deal for 1 year, they usually up that after that year, and then it's going to cost you more than $300. So that's something to think about when you're ordering your vehicle, whether or not you want to do that as well for you. Now, there is also a graphics package for the Sasquatch package. So it is $520. And so you kind of see what that graphic looks like there. It does require the Sasquatch package for you. And you're going to get that graphic on the side. So it looks real sharp. I think if I ordered a Sasquatch, I'd have to order that graphics. But there you go, right there. I'm not ordering a vehicle, but there you go. Let's see. I think that's all the packages right there. And then we can start talking about your standalone options. All right, we're going to go on over to our building price on our website to go through the optional equipment because I like how they have it sorted out. To get to our building price, if you want to order with us, you can go up here and go down to Bronco, 26 Bronco, and that will open up in a separate tab. Let me share that with you. And then we're going to go down to Outer Banks. Again, same price it is on Ford's website, $48,090. And actually does show you the price. We have to go mid-package. And actually down here, you can't see it. Let me move my mug here. You can kind of see it there, 50,000. 085, as you can see right there. So for that. So, all right, we're going to go down. And of course, these paint colors, the extra cost color vehicles with extra cost colors, I should say. Wimbledon White is an extra $495 after you select everything, or Ruby Red. Either way, it's going to cost you $500 for that color. The 2.7 liter EcoBoost engine is $3,000 there, so $2,995. That's feel like that's gone up in price in the last couple of years, but there you go. Different packages are all also listed in here too. You can see we actually broke out $600 for the black appearance or 1450 black appearance that requires Sasquatch, right? So that way you can see that difference right there. And then, of course, if you get the Lux package, I can't get that with the mid package. And then the Sasquatch package by itself. So, and then there is this optional wheel. So if you do get the Sasquatch package, you can add and black high gloss painted aluminum wheel with the warm beauty ring. So the other video I did on the Big Ben, we did jump back and forth, and I hate to do that to you, but like I said, it's a lot easier for me to be able to see things. So we're gonna show you this one, but here is that wheel here. So if you want that wheel, it's gonna look like that. So does require Sasquatch. So it's going to be, it's hard to tell, but it's a kind of a darker or a lighter color than the black one down here. So same design, black inside with the warm beauty ring on the outside. So that's kind of what that looks like right there for you if you go that route. So, all right. And bouncing back over, we're going to go down to, we talked about the SiriusXM already. And let's go into these. See, they have factory accessories. Factory options. So there are 3 different ways you can get standalone options. There's factory options. That means those are put on at the factory. And then there's factory accessories, where then after it's built, it's sent to a mod shop. And then they add the other accessories to the vehicle before it's shipped out. And then there's dealer installed options. And those are ones that are actually shipped to the dealer from a different shop, different place and location from where the vehicle's built. They ship them to the dealer, and when the vehicle comes in, the dealer puts them on. So hopefully they show up before the vehicle does. We've actually had situations where that wasn't the case, and you had to wait to take delivery so we could put those things on there. So that's why I say on the dealer installed options, try to forego those if you can. But let's talk about the factory options, and let's talk about these. Let me mark off that wheel there for you. Let's talk about tops for a second. So we'll get to the dual tops in a second. There is down here a body colored painted hard top, $26.95 for that, and that's really nice. You can get that right there. And if we kind of go over and show you that on this website, you can see the body colored painted top, what that's going to do, like in this red so for that. And that looks just really sharp on the vehicle. So you'll have that. And with that, you will get the hard top sound deadening headliner as well, with the rear defroster and rear washer. So that'll be included right there. So little note, that is not available with the black appearance package or with the 60th anniversary package. It does say not available with the shadow black for some, but because there is, I think, you would actually get the shadow black painted roof instead if you have the black color. So that's kind of why they kind of mentioned that. And then speaking of that, there is the hardtop shadow black painted, $24.95 for that. And like that one does say remove the body colored. Yep. And so we want to go that route. And so this one here also comes with the hardtop sound deadening headliner and the defrost and the washer. And it's not available with the 60th anniversary package, but it is available with the black appearance package. So again, you don't have to order this with the black appearance package, but you can. So now on the Big Ben trim, the only way to get this hard top is with that black appearance package, but that's not the case on the Outer Banks. You can get it with other colors like you're seeing with this one right here. And then the other option for a top is the carbonized gray molded in for $17.95. So yes, we want to remove that. So that is that more textured material there for you, and you're going to have that. Now, when you go with this, you'll notice it's much cheaper than the others. That's because this does not come with the sound deadening headliner. So, so you'll be aware of that. Also, by the way, this does not come with it's not, sorry, we get to the right one up here. This in here does get the rear defrost and the washer, not available with the black appearance package or the 60th anniversary package right there. And it does not come with a hard sound deadening headliner. So you want to choose option 60B up here. Where's that? Does it not even list it? Or did I miss it? It's not showed it on their website. So let's go over to ours and show you what that cost is on that. So if you go with that, it is $4.95 for that option, as you can see right there. So you'd want to, that's the only top carbonized gray that doesn't come with sound deadening headliner. They should just include that, but they don't. Anyway, does require that hard top, the molded in gray, to add that headliner as well on that. So there you go. All right. Moving on down, since we're already on here, what other things? You can add the cloth top. So comes standard with a cloth top, but if you add a hard top, I like to tell people the price on these is the difference to go from the standard cloth top to a hard top. So, because the hard tops are like $5,000 for those. So you're actually, that's just the initial cost to go to a hard top, the difference in that cloth top. And you can see that price difference because a cloth top is $2,000. So with this, if you want to, you get the hard top and then you can add this add in. So it doesn't matter. They last year what they did is they had 3 different dual top options. They scratched that. They basically said, what hard top do you want? Let's add this option, dual top, soft top, add in included in the vehicle. So they'll put that in the vehicle. So that is a way to get that. And that does require the carbonized gray hard top or the body colored hard top or the shadow black. So any of the hard tops, and is not available with the slide out tailgate because it needs to fasten those into the tie downs that are in the vehicle. And those are removed when you go with the slide out tailgate. So we have the engine block heater, $190 for that. And that engine block heater, if you live in those cold weather states, that's a great way to keep that engine block warm. Plug it in to an extension cord that goes into your house, and you can keep that engine block warm. We also do have the front license plate bracket. States that require a front license plate, it's standard equipment. But states like Kansas, where it's not required, it's a standalone option. Still no charge option, but you want to make sure you put it on there, especially if you order from us and you live in a state that requires a front license plate. Let us know so we can make sure we put that on your order. And then I think that's it for that stuff right there. So got that all covered. B&O audio sound system by Bang & Olufsen. I think that's in the audio section up here. And the reason, let's see, is it wasn't an option because I believe, hold on a second, B&O audio sound system, 12 speakers, including subwoofer, required option when feature is not available. Oh, so that's a different option there. Available with the Lux package is selected. So that is available. Oh, that's already included in the Lux. So I'm not sure why that was listed, but it is up here with the audio stuff right there. So anyway, so there you go. Not sure why they listed that. Didn't really need to. All right. Now let's get to the factory accessories. Again, these are done at the factory. And were they up here or down below? Here we go. Factory accessories right here. We do have a cargo area protector. And again, like I said, we might try to bounce back and forth. And what Ford does on theirs is they actually put theirs all together. And so we'll try to get that, find that for you here. See if they have an image of it first. There we go. So I'll show you that. So cargo area protector right there, not available with the Sasquatch package or the slide out tailgate. And that's going to be basically go in that cargo area to put things down. Like I wouldn't be able to have this because I have a slide out that I have from Mountains to Metal. But there you go. We do also have the cargo box safe, not listed in here. There we go. Safe deposit, console lock box. Actually, the one I'm looking at is this one. Okay, cargo box, rear cargo storage safe, 560. And no image on that right there. Yeah, that's available in both the mid package and the Lux package. Floor liners, front and rear for you, with or without the carpeted mats. 2 different options for you. So if you get the one without the mats, it removes the standard carpeted mats that you'd get. The one with the mat will get you a front floor mat. The one without would, of course, take off the front floor mats off. There's also an upgraded floor mats, carpeted mats, 160 for that. And actually, that's making it look like they're the all-weather mats, and I don't think that's correct. Replaces the carpeted floor mats, and then this is not available with the floor liners, it says. So there you go. I don't think that image is right. We do also have the paint protective film for you too, and you won't be able to see what that looks like, but not available with the matte film protected package or the Sasquatch graphics package. But this is going to put a film on the, I think on the hood. It covers the part of the hood as well as some of the fenders and everything. They don't really tell you like where they're putting these things, just that they are. Now there's also the safety deposit console lockbox, and we did have that one right here. See if they show an image of that. And there you go. Gives you a combination lock. So if you want to put some of those valuables in there and just have your top back or your roof off, right, that allows you to put those valuables in there and lock it up so the big people can't get to those in case you want to do that. We also do have the roof rack. Actually, that's an extra. Let's finish out the interior here and then we'll move up. Slide out tailgate, $600 for that. You can see what that looks like. That slides out. That's available, not available with the Sasquatch package or any of the dual top option, the dual top add-in. So but it's available with either of your equipment, your packages there. And then we do have these storage bags. So I'm trying to get everything that would be under here in the interior. So storage bag for the doors. There's one just for the doors that is available. Here, let me go back over to our site so we can kind of go through some of these. We've gotten through most of these. We'll get into this in a second. There's your roof rack rails with the crossbars. Black, it's $465. So those will go up on there. Includes the crossbars. So that way, if you want to put any kind of rack up there, you can. And the roof rack rails requires a hard top, of course, for you, and does say available with the 60th anniversary package. So there you go. And then the storage backs for just the doors. There we go. For on-vehicle storage is $400 for that. I wanted to make sure I got the cost for you. It does require the soft top, it says in there, so that those door storage bags not available with the hard top. It's kind of weird. Also, the storage bags. Oh, because there's this one here. The other option is go with the storage bags top row panels with the doors. So it's saying it's 160, and I don't think that's right. I think it's 400 plus the 160. But anyway, that is the one option you would choose if you have the hard top. So you choose this option for the soft top, this one for the hard top, right? And that's what you're going to get. The upgraded front and rear carpeted floor mats. So you only get front floor mats on this. You get the upgraded floor mats. You get them on the front end as well as the rear too back there. And let's see what else we got. The matte film protective package for the body. So let me go over here because I do like the way Ford does this over here. Let's go up to our paints up here. Right? And there's a matte film. So let's say we take this here and we add the matte film. It's $5,000 for that. And that's going to give you a matte finish. That looks kind of animated there. But anyway, there it does say in here that requires the hard top or soft top. So basically on this one here, what hard top you get, it allows you to get is the carbonized gray. So I can go with that hard top. But if I try to select one of the other hard tops. So let's say I want the shadow black painted. It won't let me select the matte film because it's not wrapping the roof, right? So it's going to basically put a matte film protectant over the entire vehicle, all the doors, the fenders, the grill, or not the grill, the fenders, the hood. That's what I was trying to, the lift gate as well. It doesn't touch the roof, and they don't want a shiny look. So that's why body colored roof and black roof would not be available with this package, but the carbonized gray roof or the cloth top is going to be compatible with that matte film. So make sure you're aware of that. And for that reason, it's also not available with the black appearance package because of the graphic and such, or the other paint protective film, right? That just covers part of it. All right. Whew, covered that. All right, now let's go to the dealer installed options down here. And again, just remind you, these are shipped to the dealer and then the dealer installs it, which why this first one just boggles my mind. $1,960 for this. Requires the Sasquatch package. And probably should have stayed over here because we do want to actually show you what that's going to look like. We're going to add the Sasquatch package for us. Probably don't need to do that, or it's already selected. All right. So here's our wheels. So there is a wheel. Actually, they're going to be under the options. Right here. 17-inch magnetic gray mid-gloss painted alloy wheel with the machine flange. 1960. So that's a dealer installed option. So the wheels are going to be shipped to the dealer, and the dealer is going to put them on. And so actually they do give you a credit there. Now these wheels are basically what you're seeing on the Big Ben freewheeling edition minus the red accent. So it's a white accent instead of a red. So I like the look of these wheels. I just don't understand why they did just make it an optional equipment like they did the other wheel. That's all I'm asking. That doesn't make sense to me because it's going to make it a little harder. So that wheel is not available with the 60th anniversary package or your black appearance package or with your optional B-lock wheel for the Sasquatch. And again, does require the Sasquatch package for that one there too. So anyway, so there you go. And we do actually have some wheel covers. We're going to talk about these. And some of these are available in both the 32-inch and the 35-inch, and we do have an abstract Bronco that's available, 145 for that. On the I know on the 35-inch one, that's what it costs. We'll get the cost on all these. I think it's 125 for the 32-inch tire. We also do have the Bronco 66. It looks like that has established in 1966 on the back. Again, there's 145 for the 35-inch, and then there's also the Ford TG stamping back there as well. Now, all three of those are available in either the 35-inch or the 32-inch wheel option or tire size, I should say. So you can get that. So the 35s would require this to get those, require the Sasquatch package. And then we do have two Sasquatch ones. A number one that looks like that. I like that one. That looks pretty cool. And then you also have this other one here that I don't see that it shows Sasquatch on it, but it's calling it Sasquatch 2. And I like that as well. That looks pretty sharp. Maybe those are all a bunch of little Sasquatches. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Those are those options. And the 32s are 125 for each instead of 145 on the cost there. So there's those options. And then we do have the assistance kits. You have an on-road and an off-road assistance kit. Get the cost of those. Here we go. The on-road is $90, and that'll give you like, different things for helping you when you get a flat tire and stuff like that. We do have an off-road one that's $220. It does say it's not available with the Sasquatch package for some reason. I mean, it's not like you want to take a Sasquatch package off-road. So, but anyway, we do have a body appearance kit. It's $19.80 for that. That one I probably do want to show you kind of what that's going to look like so that you can kind of get a good idea. There it is, body kit, and share that. So that we can see they only show an image of the hood, but you do get some different, see here includes a hood scoop, door moldings. Those are going to go on the doors on the side, fender flares for the 2-door or 4-door models. Of course, these are only standard 4-door. The hood scoop, as you're seeing in that. Also the door moldings. It's kind of talking about those fender flares. And I think it also gets some things on the back fenders as well, because that one there, that body kit is not available with the Sasquatch package or the body armor protective moldings or the matte film protected package. And so there you go. So, and then the moldings, you can kind of see what these protective moldings are $560. And you can see kind of what those look like right there, kind of a textured material that goes around your taillights. So that one there is not available with the Sasquatch package or a body appearance kit, just so you were of that there as well. So anyway, so it kind of shows you what's included there on there as well. No drill, 3M put on, right? So there you go. All right. And then we have a cargo area rug. So this should be on the inside. There's your cargo area rug, 110 for that. So you can kind of see what that looks like for you. So you get that. You also get a cargo net. Don't know if they have a picture of that. $40 for that. Kind of shows you can use those tie downs for that. I'm surprised they say it's not available with the slide out tailgate, but there you go. And then you do have a cockpit cover as well, and I think that's an exterior option. First aid kit is another interior option, $70 for that. Some of these will actually give you an image of these, and we'll get these images on our website as well for the build and price at some point. And then we do have a storage bag, roof bag for the second row panel. So on a hard top, let's go on up to exteriors. On a hard top, you're going to have 2 panels for the front, and then in the middle, you're going to have 1 big panel. So this basically would be a cover that you'd put on that big panel if you want to kind of protect it. Put it won't really fit on in your Bronco, but you can put it in your garage, and that way it doesn't get banged up in your garage. Yeah, not sure where that's listed. So I don't see it listed there. So let's go over here and show you kind of what that looks like or what the cost is on that. There you go. It's going to be $210 for that right there. And then we do have the fender flare kit base style steel is $570. So let's go back over here and show you what that looks like. There, right there. So click on that eye, and you can see kind of what that looks like. So gives you a more durable fender flare. Now that is not available with the Sasquatch package, by the way, as well as the cockpit cover is also not available with the Sasquatch package. It allows you, if you take your doors off and your roof off, to be able to put this cover over it. So I'm not sure why it's not included with the Sasquatch package, because that doesn't affect the doors or the rest of the vehicle. But there you go. but for some reason it's not. And then that tailgate table um, and tonneau cover. There's your tonneau cover soft, $200 for that. That's going to go on the back. So again, if you want to have your doors off and such, that is not available with the Sasquatch package either, right there. And then we do have a tailgate table, which is not available with your slide out tailgate. And maybe this is on an interior, might be an interior option. There's slide out tailgate table, 410. I actually have this one. Make sure you pay attention to the weight limit on that, because I actually went over it and broke one of the cables, just so you're aware. But that is available too. Again, not available with the slide out tailgate right there. So, and then, a few others. Now let's go back to some tops, because these are pretty cool. There are some options if you go with the hard top. So let's talk about some of these. We do have a full twill soft top. So that's an option. It's kind of a fastback design. Does require the hard top if you go with that. So not available with the claw top, but would get all the pre-wiring. Will come with the hard top prep kit, right, for that. But there you go. There's an option for $3,200, a little more than the $2,000 for the other top, but it is a different design right there. And also to go along with if you want the hard top right here, front row twill soft. $1,790 for that. That allows you to kind of have that. So keep the panels in the middle and the back, and then have this, and so that way you can just pop that back. So that way you get a little bit of open air without having to take anything off your vehicle. Again, not available with the soft top. Requires a hard top for that one there too. And a couple things that are available with the hard or soft top. You do have a mesh shade Benemy top and a canvas. So 430 for the mesh. This is one I have. That allows for air to come through that, and you can use that with a hard or a soft top. So you don't have to take it off when you put your top back on or anything, because it actually moves around where those holes are, and you have zippers to open it up to be able to latch everything down and everything. So, and then you have a canvas one too. That is basically just a soft canvas, so there's no mesh to come through, but gives you a nice shade. That is an option as well. And again, available with the hard or soft top. It doesn't matter right there. And then we do have the tube doors, 4-door. There you go. $1,250 for that. So you can kind of see what that looks like. So if you want that tube door, so if you want to take your doors off, do a little off-roading, but not feel comfortable, you're going to fall out, then you can get those tube doors. And those will be shipped, again, to your dealer, so they can put them in your vehicle or give them to you. And then we do have a wheel lock kit as well. Let's see here. Wheel lock kit, $110 for that, and went up a little bit in price. So it's going to give you a locking lug nut to replace on your vehicle, as well as your spare back there. So you can lock that up and protect those nice, awesome, expensive wheels that are on these Broncos. And then we do also have the windshield sunscreen, which is new for this year. There you go, $130. Does it show what that looks like? Oh, okay. So that's just that's not exactly what I thought it was. I've been saying it was a like a thing that goes on the windshield, but that actually goes in there. Again, available through Ford Accessories, and that will be put in your vehicle when you're, so that way it keeps it nice and cool on those hot days. So there you go. Now, again, if you are wanting to order with us, go on over to our website. You can just kind of build it out on here. Select some of the things that you want. When you hit the confirm your selections, you can see how it affects your price and everything. And right here, this stuff here is what you can also do with your dealer. So if you're wanting something to do that, of course, you can use Ford's Build and Price just as easy if you're working with your dealer. But if you're wanting to order with us, fill this out right here. Fill this form out, put in here you want the invoice pricing, submit that. That starts the ball rolling. It knows that you're wanting that special deal that we have for YouTube. Now, whether you buy a vehicle from us off of YouTube or not, and mention that, you're still getting the off Roadeo and $1,000 off. The YouTube special you want to make sure you mention is for invoice pricing, just so you're aware of that right there. All right, I think that's all we have for this video. So we are not done. This is the Outer Banks. There's several to talk about in this, but so come back tomorrow for the next one. Make sure you're subscribed with that bell notification turned on so you don't miss any of those videos. And then if you do order a vehicle, come check out our scheduling video that we do on Tuesdays, where we go over once you place that order, what's the chances of yours getting scheduled for production dates and getting you any kind of constraints that they might have on these, like they've had at the end of 25 model year with the manual transmission of Sasquatch. We keep you updated on that as well. So definitely want to make sure you're subscribed for those videos. So till the next video, hope you enjoy enjoyed this one. Stay positive. Be kind to one another. Be kind to yourself. See you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.